Good afternoon, Enid, and welcome to another City Update. I'm Derrick Silas, your host, and with me is your favorite City Manager, Jerald Gilbert.
Hello, Enid, and hello, Derrick.
Good to be here.
It's fantastic to be here with you again today.
Yes. Let's talk about some of the things going on in Enid. I know the Enid Fire Department every year does annual fire hydrant flow testing. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, hey, every year they test, as you have mentioned. They check the flow of the hydrant, they classify what the gallons per minute is, and then ultimately they paint the top. And ideally we want to see as many blue and green hydrants as possible, although some of them are orange and red, and that just tells the fire department what the gallon per minute flow is and which ones are the best ones in the event of a fire. So I think they're coming close to the end on the annual testing.
Yes, I think this week or next week will be the finishing of the completion of the testing for this year.
Yeah, so that's great for everybody.
We do want to remind residents, if there is, you may see some sediment in your water, and if you do, you can just go outside and run your faucet outside, and in a couple minutes it should drain all of that sediments out of your faucets. Also today, we had a lot of we have applications being accepted for a lot of boards and commissions. And I think today is the last day, the deadline at 5 o'clock local time for those positions. So. Yes,
lots of positions at the City of Enid. Now is a great time. If you want to go back to work or get in the workforce or change jobs, consider the city. We've been around for 127, 128 years, and we'll be around a long time. So it's a great, stable place to work. It's decent pay and great benefits. So one of those great benefits is the holiday. We all get Memorial Day off, which is coming up. So come work for the City of Enid, apply.
That's good. Yes. As far as the city clerk's office, there will be some vacancies. I mean, there will be some. You will be appointing some people on some boards, I think, on the June 3rd.
Yes, I believe we have received lots of applications, but it's never too late if you want to submit your name for a board and commission like Fire Civil Service, Library Board. I think we may have already filled Park Board, but there's several vacancies. If you just want to serve, and they're right there on the screen. Thank you. Guys, take a look at that. If you're interested, it doesn't take much other than a willing servant's heart. Put in, and then come to the meeting where they select, because that gives you a better chance of getting selected. But even if you don't get selected because you want to be on a board, we will do our very best working with the commission to get you on a board doing something. We need volunteers and appreciate your desire to serve.
And those positions or those appointments on the board, actually the application deadline is today. So at 5 p.m. local time today, that the application for these specific boards, Fire, Civil Service, the Board of Directors for Enid Public Library, and the Vance Development Authority, those will end today at 5 p.m. The Walk of Fame nominations, we've been talking about that for the last 2 weeks, that those applications are being accepted for those, that honor. And to be considered for that, a person must have demonstrated a lifetime of service to the community in general, or have made an extraordinary contribution or act of selflessness or statesmanship for the City of Enid. And they usually choose one that's live and one that is deceased every year.
It's a tremendous honor, and so if you know somebody that deserves that honor, please nominate them. The mayor and a committee that he has selected of commissioners will determine who gets that honor this year, and you can see on the screen the previous honorees. You can see already they're all folks that have had a great deal to do with public service in Enid, Oklahoma. We know there's lots of people out there that deserve the recognition, and best way to get them recognized is to submit a nomination to the Walk of Fame committee to the city clerk's office by the deadline, which I think is in July.
Yes.
And so you have plenty of time, but don't wait till the last minute. Go ahead and get started, and we will. I know the mayor will do his best to make good selections. We'll unveil those in September, or
during the Cherokee Strip celebration,
as well as we'll honor last year's recipients, Clayton Nolan and Oscar Curtis.
Yes. Very good. As far as you were mentioning about holidays and Memorial Day is coming up, there are gonna be a lot of Memorial Day events to honor those who fought for our country, or those we were memorializing. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I always think about former Commissioner Tammy Wilson, who people would say, and they'd say the wrong thing to her. They'd say there's nothing to do in Enid. And I think our folks at Visit Enid next door hear that all the time. Folks, there's a lot to do in Enid. There's a calendar that Visit Enid puts out of stuff every weekend. And look at that poster there. Memorial Day is a 4-day event, but there's even more stuff. This is the celebratory activities around the Memorial Day holiday itself, honoring servicemen and fallen servicemen. But there's also the National Junior College World Series is starting this same weekend and runs into the following week. And the weekend after that, there's basketball games downtown. So there's all kinds of stuff. But Memorial Day specifically, this Friday, we'll be commemorating and dedicating the bridge, Veterans Memorial Bridge, which goes over 81. We'll be doing that Friday at 10:30 right at ABC Park. So feel free to come on out for that. Free ceremony. There'll be a few speakers. The mayor, I believe the Secretary of Transportation or somebody like that.
Yes.
And a couple other folks. I know our local politicians will be there who helped get the legislation done to call it Veterans Memorial Bridge. And Kip Miles from Ambucks and other Ambucks dignitaries will be there, because it's really their efforts that got it, working with the legislators, that got it named that way. So Saturday there's a fun run and a 5K run, or maybe it's just a 5K run.
Run of Honor, that's what you call it.
I will not be running in the Run of Honor this year, but I know there's a lot of runners out there that run faster than me. So get signed up, go out to Woodring and run it. And then Sunday afternoon, there's all kinds of activities. A motorcycle, blessing to the bikes, and all kinds of motorcycles coming in. So if you like riding a motorcycle, get it out. If you got an old car, there's a car show out there. If you like to eat food trucks, come on out. If you like to look at planes and talk to people, come on out. All kinds of activities. The wall, the Vietnam 80% replica of the wall is out there. Come on out. And then on Monday, there's the ceremony through the Woodring Wall of Honor that's put on every year that recognizes, I think this year, the families of 11 fallen folks. So all kinds of activities that take us through. I can't remember a Memorial Day slate of activities that was this jam-packed. So there is plenty to do, and on top of that, there's baseball. I also wanted to say the Rotary Club is putting out what they call the Field of Honor. They're putting flags out in the downtown area. So you can reach out through their website if you're interested in purchasing a flag for your loved one. They put out hundreds of them. So those will be out, I think, starting this Wednesday, and they'll be out till after Memorial Day. So lots of stuff to do, and I probably didn't even touch on everything, Derrick.
Yeah, there's a lot to do this weekend, coming in weekend. And speaking of the weekend, the Tuesday, excuse me, the pool,
Yeah.
Champlain Pool will be opening, so that's a good thing.
Outstanding.
Quality of life.
Yeah, quality of life takes a great effort. Kim Haley and her team of lifeguards, they're there for you. Champlain Pool, it's a massive pool. You won't find another pool like it probably in Oklahoma. And so it's a great experience. It's an outdoor pool. Come on out. And we also have a splash pad open right
Yes.
now, the
Yes.
Champion Park splash pad. And I know we're working to get Hoover Park open soon.
Yes, that'll work. And we will be announcing probably next week, there will be a schedule for swimming lessons also at Champlain Pool.
Good.
And we'll get that schedule out next week. You mentioned about working for the city of Enid. Yes, and there are some a good number of positions open. So if you're interested in the positions you see on the screen, you can go to enid.org/careers and apply for those positions.
And look
Good
at the
number.
variety of that. Everything from a part-time library clerk to construction labor, equipment operator, police officer, 911 call taker. If you like to mow, we need you. Come on out. Plenty of jobs available. Please apply. And if at first you don't succeed, keep on trying, because we have lots of openings and need good people. So.
Yes. And tomorrow, also, I think it's tomorrow, there will be a blood drive here at the City Hall. And if anybody in Publix wants to participate in it, just come on by between noon and 4 p.m. and it'll be in the City Hall Council chambers. So it's open to the public as well. There are a number of road construction projects going on in the city, of course. Start May 13th, we started on the Randolph Avenue, another portion of it, the road reconstruction between 25th and 30th Street. The first phase, this particular project would take 3 to 4 months, this particular portion, and the first phase will be done from 28th Street to 30th Street, and that's going to be about 4 to 6 weeks, and then they'll go to the other phases. Additionally, and there's a map there of the reconstruction project that you can see there, the first portion. Also, a portion of 4th Street will be closed for truck lane reconstruction. That began May 17th and is still going to be closed. It's projected to be closed for 4 weeks, so we'll still have another week or so for that project as well. There's a lot of other construction going on in the city. There's always construction going on.
Yeah, and the great thing about construction is eventually it's going to be over, and what you're going to have is a really nice new street. I want to talk about Randolph just a little bit, because what you showed was a portion out, I think from 28th to 30th,
yes.
And I think they're coming back doing 26th to 28th or something like that. Mm-hmm. I realize that's been an inconvenience for some folks out there too, and there's been a few issues, I think, with some utilities that have been cut and stuff, and those are kind of the things that happen with a reconstruction project. Unfortunately, stuff gets torn up before it gets fixed, but when it's fixed, it'll be really nice. And also, that brings me to downtown. The city's getting ready to do the mill and overlay on Randolph from Washington to 7th Street, and right now we're close to finishing up the waterline project, and I know that the past week in particular has been tough on some businesses downtown.
Yeah.
So I want to say I appreciate the businesses' patience, and I believe you'll be rewarded, because once that's done, I think the mill and overlay will be less onerous for you than the waterline replacement. And then when it's done, it'll be just like Broadway. A nice smooth road that is going to be the path to prosperity, with people driving that right into downtown and stopping at your business. So I look forward to coming down there and buying a hamburger at Boomerang's and getting some kind of shake or Slurpee there at the Pastry Nook, and patronizing some of the businesses, and I know other people will too. And so hang in there. You're going to get a reward with a really nice road and water line soon.
Very good. And I know it's projected to have $9 million in the budget to work on streets for the next upcoming budget year.
Yeah, so there should be a lot of street work going on over the course of the next year. We want to keep that momentum up at the city, because we realize one of the most important functions of the city is to fix infrastructure and to fix streets. Streets to me are our #1 priority, but certainly there's a whole bunch of other infrastructure happening. But happy to say 9.1 million is one of the highest amounts. Definitely, it's higher than anything we've spent in the last 5 years on streets, and we need to continue that momentum.
Yes, I agree. Just want to let the residents know that if you have an issue that you would like to report, you can go to our SeeClickFix app. Either go to the app, download the app on your smartphone, or you can go to seeclickfix.com and you can report issues or do service requests on there. And that it works very good. Any request reroutes to that direct department, and they can communicate back and forth with you, two-way communication, to update you on the enhancements or the progress on that service request, which is a good tool, a very good tool.
It is a fantastic tool, really good for some specific things too, like potholes and high grass and weeds and other kinds of code violation problems. One thing I did notice over the weekend, because I see the ones that come in that aren't classified, had one about somebody playing loud music and stuff. I don't know that one got resolved quickly for the folks. The quickest way to get that one resolved is to call the police department on those type of things. So, but you should get a response if you haven't by today. And it is a fantastic tool. We've frequently had people tell us that, for instance, for potholes, that there's a very timely response on that. So we pride ourselves on improving our customer service and being very responsive, and this is the tool that we look to demonstrate that responsiveness.
Very good. And I just want to also tell the residents, if you have an Amazon Fire TV or a Roku TV, you can download the channel, City of Enid's channel, to your TV, and you can be updated with all of our videos that we're city updates and other videos that you may need. Informative, educational, instructional. So PSAs and promos of that sort to let you know what's going on in the city of Enid. Anything else to add?
You know what? I think I'm going to try on my Amazon Fire. I'm going to look up City of Enid because I might want to watch some reruns of Freestyling with the City Manager, and I bet I can do that on my TV now.
Yes, you
through
can.
Roku or Amazon. So
That is correct.
I'm going to try it. So,
Well, thank you for being with me today.
thank you for having me.
And we want to say to the residents out there, thank you for joining us every week here at 1:30 to get a city update. Next week we will have a holiday, so we won't be at work here on Monday, but we will be back on Tuesday to give a city update to let you know what's going on this week and what will be coming up next week. For instance, the study session and the city commission meeting. So other than that, make this day a great day. See you next time.